What's up, everybody? It's Dave from Dave McGuire Reads. So I was on Twitter the other day. Shameless plug here. Where I saw another writer talking about feeling defeated. They hadn't placed in any of the competitions, and they were feeling like they wanted to throw the towel in and find a new profession. They were thinking maybe they just weren't meant to be a writer. So naturally, it got me thinking, when have I ever felt that way, and how did I handle it? Specifically, it got me thinking about my worth as a writer and if I was good enough to be doing this job. Was I actually an imposter? I'd first learned about imposter syndrome from a production coordinator that I had worked for a few years back. She'd been noticing that I was a little off anytime that I was at work, so she decided to take me for a walk and allow me to get out everything that was bothering me. While on our walk, she had recommended this book that she had been reading called The Secret Thoughts of Successful Women. She went on to tell me about Imes and Clance, two PhD psychologists who had coined the phrase imposter syndrome back in the 1970s. And they had gone on to say that, quote, this phenomenon occurs among high achievers who are unable to internalize and accept their success. They often attribute their accomplishments to luck rather than ability, and fear that others will eventually unmask them as a fraud. When imposter syndrome was first described, Imes and Clance had originally thought it was just for women. They had thought it was completely unique to them alone. But since then, it has been attributed to men as well who feel like frauds. When I heard that, I was floored. I mean, she was literally describing everything that I was feeling. I wasn't born in LA. And I didn't have the connections to the industry within my family. I mean, I genuinely believe that there was no way that I had the talent or the ability to break into this industry. I mean, I genuinely thought that I was forever going to be stuck in a cubicle on a phone saying...
Yeah, we saw that you had stopped by the booth at the convention last week, and we just wanted to see if maybe our service... Fuck off and die. Yeah, okay. Okay, well, you have a great day. Never call you again. Okay. All right, well, you have a great day there, sir. Bye-bye. Okay, let's try again.
When I had finally moved to LA, I was unemployed, and I found myself with an abundance of time on my hands. So, I wrote 3 screenplays. They were all in their first draft, but I did it. I mean, I was on such a high.
Woo! I'm gonna win all the Oscars!
If I were to follow my own advice, I was at the stage where you show your script to your friends and colleagues and have them give you notes back, but I couldn't do it. I was thinking of every excuse in the book not to do it. It's not ready yet. They won't understand it. They're not the right person to give it to. They don't have time to read it. So I didn't. I just kept those scripts close to my vest and never let anyone look at them. I listened to the imposter syndrome fear. And frankly, it sucked. While working on that show, I got close to one of the directors. He and I started chatting about work, and eventually it came out that I was a writer looking to make it. He goes, send me your stuff, I'll read it when I can. So I did, and on the inside, I was like, it's awful. It's garbage. He's gonna laugh in your stupid face. He read it, and I'll never forget this. He gives me this huge, massive bear hug, right? And then he puts his hands on my shoulders and he goes, you are a very good writer. I felt validated. It was like all the fears that I had accumulated just melted away. And for the first time, I actually felt like a writer. I wasn't pretending to be one anymore. I was one. I was cured! No more imposter syndrome for me. Right? Oh no, my friend. Nah, it's still with me. With every script that I write, with every screenwriter that I talk to, hell, even with my own family, when they ask me what I'm doing, I still sheepishly say, oh, I'm a writer. Right, even now, even at this very moment, doing these videos and offering to read your scripts and give you notes, I still have this sinking feeling that you're just going to turn around and say, this guy sucks. He doesn't know the difference between his ass and a hole in the ground. That feeling never goes away, I think. You know, in this industry, especially as writers, we're going up against hundreds of other people who are vying for that one position, for the job to write that movie or be in that writer's room.
So it's only natural to ask the question of what makes me better than the other writers? Why would someone want to hire me? The answer is because you're the right person for the job. Somewhere, someplace, someone needs you to be able to write that movie or that TV show or that podcast. Whatever it is, you possess that last little spark that's needed to light the fire. I certainly know that my services are not going to be for everybody, but for the people that I do work with and the people that I do help, they're seeking me out because of my experiences and my point of view. They see value in that. The thing to remember is, if writing is what gets you up in the morning, if it gives you the joy and fuels the passion that's inside of you, then do it. Because what people are attracted to aren't necessarily the words on the page, but they're connecting to the person that's been typing them. Some of the best scripts that I've read aren't the best because of the story. They're the best because someone had something to say and they said it in a way that made me connect emotionally to the writer. Look, you're gonna fail. You're gonna be told no. And you're gonna be told by someone that you can't do this, but you can do this. You will succeed. You will hear that yes. You are not an imposter. So don't doubt yourself. Get back to that blinking cursor and finish your script. Someone is waiting for it. Until next time, screenwriting friends.